Hello, this is CROM and welcome back to another Moleskine session. So let's get cracking. Let's do some of these. Muji pen as usual, and let's go for my shading pencil. All right, let's do something here. So, what are we gonna talk about today? Last time we discussed how I believe is the best way to approach your sketchbook, which is a place where you can make mistakes and a place to compile ideas. Today I want to talk about what if you want to sketch but you have no ideas as to what to sketch, which surprisingly enough happens quite often. You have to draw something, and it's part of your practice, and in order to keep your level, you need to do it, but you don't really know what to draw, and that's something that reminded me of I don't know, school, when you sit there and you just think, well, but I don't have anything to draw. But that wouldn't happen very often, because when you're a kid, you're always thinking of things you want to draw, things that are cool, like TV shows that you watch, books that you've been reading, anything, and there is no shame in trying to draw these things. Like, if I don't know, I remember when I was younger, I went to watch, I don't know, I think it was one of the Batman films, and I just came home and I just wanted to draw the Batmobile, and I just wanted to draw his guns and his utility belt, and I think people do tend to lose a bit of that when they grow older, and especially when they take illustration seriously. There is a bit of a shame thing when it comes to drawing things that you've seen around pop culture and stuff like that, and I do not understand that. I think it comes from people saying, oh yeah, if you're tracing or if you're copying stuff, then it's not creative enough. But I think what we have to remember is we're not, we're always learning, and copying and studying stuff in your sketchbook where it's just for you is all valid. It's good stuff, because you're gonna learn from it. And I would strongly suggest, just think about what stuff is influencing your life these days. What kind of pop culture, what kind of things are you interested these days, and try to put that back into your sketchbook. I think that sort of keeps it fun. Don't, because if you're just sitting there with a blank page looking at you, and you don't know what to draw, well, we all have interests, and I think a sketchbook should reflect part of that. So try that. Now, when all of that fails, which could happen as well, you're feeling very uninspired, or you just don't feel like drawing about whatever you're into these days, and that will happen. I'd say, well, in my case, I visit lots of fashion blogs, like street fashion blogs. I look at Tumblr and stuff like that, just for images and pictures and things that will sort of spark something in me. And they usually work, and even if it's just for the sake of exercising your hand, you just look at a picture of like a model or something, and then you can just change it or practice anatomy with it, and I think these things work, and they usually help to get your brain out of what I call default mode. We all have a default mode, I think, and it's usually like a way of drawing that happens when you're being lazy, and when you're being bored, and when you're not challenging yourself. And some of you may have identified this within yourself now, some of you haven't, but it's usually like a lazy drawing that you will do, and it's usually like the same face or same kind of things. In my case, it's usually skulls, and when I'm really bored and and my brain is just sort of absent, you'll see lots of skulls popping up. So when this happens, it's good to have reference, and reference is a good thing. You need to have reference to learn, and you need to have reference to do things properly. Even when you do more serious projects, if you're doing character design or comic books, these kind of things will help you a lot. You will need reference. It doesn't matter how good you get to be, you will always need reference. I think some people believe that you'll get to a level where reference is not needed, but I don't think that's the case. You will always need reference. It doesn't matter how good you are. You need it because, well, that's what it's there for, to refer back to, despite of how good you can be at drawing or memorizing things. So anyway, this lady I'm drawing now is from a fashion blog I'm looking at on my computer. So I just sort of change things, add stuff, and it helps because it takes that pressure from thinking what to draw now, and it also brings new ideas into your work. So yeah, and it makes for quite stylish drawings, and my hand is getting the practice that it needs. So I really encourage this type of thing. Now there is another thing that I'd like to tell you about, and that is these two books. They're called, well, the first one was called Fruits, and the other one is called Fresh Fruits. And I find these books to be an invaluable source of ideas for character design and just sketching in general. They're pretty good to have in your library, and whenever you're sort of stuck, you can just sort of browse through them. And sorry, I'll show you quickly, and then you sort of see different fashion styles from Tokyo and different places in. Well, actually, I think this one is mainly Tokyo, but it's all the sort of a street fashion culture over there. And this book is quite old now. I think it's from the early 2000s. I think I've had it for years, and it really helps. And I'll tell you what. Let's do an exercise where. Okay, I think I have one here. Right. Let's try this one for example. So usually you can just take something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Put it here. And you'll see how it works. So you have a look at that. You take it as reference, and then you can change it. So look at that. And as I said, it's your sketchbook. It doesn't matter how it looks. Doesn't matter if the anatomy is wrong or things are out of place. This is the place to do that. So look at that. So now we got a face. Now let's say I don't like her hair, so I'm just gonna change it. Add a different type of hair. But you see, instantly, even though I'm not copying this, it has initiated something that I can work with. And, it may not be perfect, but it does start something that you can work with. So look at that. So we've got the jacket. And this is the thing, and because it's your sketchbook, it could look terrible now, but later on you can take that onto a clean sheet of paper and just work it properly. So there you go. So she's got her hands in her pockets. A little bit down. She's got a big scarf. Then we can shape her chin with a bit of shading. Some earrings. Then she's got a patch here. Then you can play with that. Alright, let's see. So she's got this big baseball jacket here. So let's do that. So you can see I can just sort of see here, take bits from there, use them to my advantage, and sort of take what I want from it. So let's say I'm not gonna draw that back. I'm just gonna draw the skirt. I like the skirt, so let's do the skirt. Here. Let's whoa, look at that. All right, let's do some shading. Some shading here. And as I said before, don't get pressures with your drawings. Don't get pressures with your pages. This is all part of the process. You're learning, so don't give yourself a hard time because of the quality of the drawings. It's all part of the process. It's all learning. It's all learning. So now we can add the little banner here. I think that's my default banner. Okay. Let's add some letters. And usually, and this is just me, I try to make it more action-like by adding swords or guns or stuff like that. So let's add a katana here, or a sort of katana. So you can see how I'm already forming a new character. It's called a sword. You can sort of see a personality sort of coming through. Alright, so she's got these arms are different color from her jacket. And you can see how loose I'm being with it. Sort of make sure that I'm not getting precious with it. This is about ideas. This is about developing this character. It's about developing the pages of my sketchbook on my scale. Okay, so just got a sword. Let's give her a massive rifle. Now you see these ones I do with no reference and stuff, like most of my pages, mainly because I've drawn this lots of times. Rifles, swords, things like this. Okay. And she's got like a little charm hanging from it. Maybe a little head. A little cat. And then follow where the rifle was coming from. Go this way. There you go. Then maybe I decide, you know what? Maybe she was carrying lots of ammunition, like some ammo pockets. But this is the fun bit of the sketchbook. You know, there's no rules, and also it's not about the idea at the beginning. You know, you can pick something like this and then work on it, and it becomes fun. It becomes a bit like I keep on going back to the same point, but it's like when you're a kid and you just want to add cool things and make it fun and make it grow, and then you start naming your characters and stuff like that, and you know, you'll spend like an hour working on stuff like this, and then you realize you have pages and pages of drawings and characters that you can use for different projects, games, comic books. There you go, she's got some ammo stuff here hanging. So there you go. That's how you use that. As I said, it's not the best drawing, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to tell you. So books like these, fashion magazines, things like that, they are quite helpful, and I'll suggest you try that and see how it works for you. Okay, let's fill in this bit. Let's do some close-up of someone. Some eyes. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to give a bit of a shout out to everyone who's been supporting the channel these days. All the new subscribers and just in general, everyone who's been watching the videos. I wasn't sure what to expect when I started posting this, but everyone's been quite supportive. I really appreciate that. So thank you all. Let's do this. A few people have been asking about me showing more of my process. Some people have been asking specifically about a few projects. There is a character I created called San Sebastian, which is who's a cosmonaut, who's it's like an archangel as well, like a saint. So someone asked me to show the process on that one, so I might do that when I get my head around in between jobs and stuff. I'll try and post something about that and show how I created that. Okay, lips. Okay. Let's give it an eye patch. Oh, also I did that video called the sketchbook tour. I might do more of that. I think the last one was a bit of a sort of overview of all my sketchbooks in general. I'll try and do more of that, a bit more specifically to different kind of sketchbooks from different years. I'll just sit ones with the 2014, for example, and do more of that. So there's some space here, and usually, all right, let's try and do like a revolver or something. And as I said, these things are, I draw them a lot. I draw guns and swords quite a lot, so they're just taken from my memory bank, I'd say. But you know, your brain does tend to change things slightly, so that's why reference is good anyway. If you have a project where you have to get things right, so probably it's not a good idea to use just your brain. So anyway, I'll keep this one simple, just like that. At least you get the idea of what I'm trying to say about reference and ideas. Like, you know, I keep this book by my desk. It's all about guns, and if you've read my comic books, you know that Golden Campaign is full of rifles and guns, and I like to get the references right. And I have a few things to keep that I like to keep within reference. So yeah, it's very important. Reference is very important. There is nothing to be ashamed of, and the more you do, the more you learn. It's very simple. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll post more videos, and yeah, if you have any comments, just put them below. I'll try and answer them. All right, thank you. Bye.